The Smith & Wesson M&P 5.7 pistol is built on the new gas-operated, locked breech, rotating tempo barrel system to maximize the shooting experience of the popular 5.7 by 28mm round. Today, we bring you an exclusive first look. Years of development. The Smith & Wesson M&P family is huge, and their duty guns have been a staple of law enforcement for decades. But when the patrol is over, S&W has your off-duty and personal defense needs met as well. Smith & Wesson introduced the polymer-framed, striker-fired M&P pistol in 2005. While the M&P, or military and police designation on pistols, has been a regular thing in the S&W lineup for a century, this new use of the M&P term denoted an entirely new design of pistol. By any standard, the M&P line has become a huge success, both commercially and with American law enforcement. To many people, the S&W M&P is the alternative to the 900-pound striker-fired gorilla that is Glock. In the eyes of many police officers and departments, because of its proper grip angle and the fact that it is made in the U.S., the M&P is the first choice in polymer pistols. In 2016, they introduced the M&P M2.0, an improved second generation of the M&P. They've now brought the M2.0 improvements into a whole line that stretches from 5-inch guns aimed more at the competition crowd to the compact shield, which has been hugely popular with both cops and the concealed carry market. Let's do a quick rundown of this popular American-made duty pistol, starting at the beginning. The original. The original standard model M&P pistol has a polymer frame and striker-fired operation. For those of you new to the party, striker-fired pistols have the same trigger pull every single time. The standard model features a 4.25-inch barrel and isn't known by any specific name. Every other model has modifiers in the title. It was originally offered in 9mm 17 rounds and 40 S&W 15 rounds. They can be had with or without manual bilateral thumb safety levers. These guns were designed and built with the intent to secure LE contracts, so they are far from delicate. Both the slides and barrels are stainless steel with the company's Armor Knight corrosion-resistant finish. Standard sights are steel, as the sights on all serious duty pistols should be, with 3 white dots. Also, unlike the competition, you don't have to pull the trigger to disassemble them. They have full-length steel recoil spring guide rods. Unloaded weight of these pistols with an empty mag in place is 24.7 ounces in 9mm. If nothing but the biggest bullets will do for you, the M&P M2.0 is offered in 45 ACP. The barrel on the standard model has been stretched to 4.6 inches with a capacity of 10+1 rounds, and the weight slightly increases to 27 ounces. Arrival of the shield. Before we move on to the changes between the first and second generation M2.0 M&Ps, let's touch on what might be the most successful product introduction the company has had in the last 50 years, the M&P Shield. Building off their huge inroads into the LE market with their M&P line, they produced a small gun aimed not only at the rapidly expanding civilian concealed carry market, but police officers as well. Having a small, easily concealable pistol suitable for plainclothes and off-duty officers, the Shield not only looks just like a full-size M&P, but functions the same. To be attractive to officers, engineers had to design the Shield to be tough enough to pass strict LE test and evaluation standards. At the start of this project in 2010, they first obtained compact autos from their competitors and tested them for accuracy, reliability, and durability. They literally shot them until they broke, and then the S&W engineers sat down at their computers and built a gun that even cops would have a hard time breaking. Like its full-size M&P brothers, the Shield has a stainless steel barrel and melanite-coated slide. The recoil spring guide rod is stainless steel as well. The mag catch is reversible and has a steel insert. The Shield has the standard M&P 3-dot steel sights and is rated for +P ammunition. To make it thinner than a standard M&P, however, required some changes. The slide stop and manual safety are single-sided to keep the pistol slim. The Shield does not have the M&P's standard interchangeable backstraps, but the grip profile is designed to imitate the medium-sized backstrap of the M&P, which the people at the company told us was the most popular size by far. The Shield's mag isn't a true single-column mag. In fact, it is about a cartridge and a half wide except where it narrows at the top. We spoke to one of the engineers who told us they didn't go with a true single-column mag to avoid issues with rim lock. This slightly wider mag, however, allows for a little more capacity in a pistol that is a mere 4.6 inches tall. Each shield is sold with two mags, one with a flush base plate, and the other an extended mag with a grip extension. In 9mm, the mag holds 7 and 8 rounds, respectively. In 40 S&W, 6 and 7 rounds, respectively. The shield has been a huge success because it conceals like a subcompact but shoots like a much larger gun and is as durable and reliable as its larger brothers. The differences. By far, the two most common complaints about the M&P pistols, which resulted in a lot of customization on the commercial side, has been about the trigger pulls and the too smooth texture of the grip. First-generation M&Ps have an advertised 6.5-pound pull, and most pistols provided exactly that. The 6.5-pound trigger pull seems to be standard for pistols designed to be service weapons, and it has been adopted by a huge number of police departments around the country. However, if a trigger pull weight goes above 5 pounds, it gets exponentially more difficult for even skilled shooters to keep the sight steady while pulling the trigger. Upgrading the trigger on an M&P is considered by many gunsmiths to be relatively easy. Apex Trigger Specialties sells highly regarded trigger kits for the M&P pistol, which include sears and firing pin plungers with improved angles as well as reduced power springs. S&W engineers took a good look at what was being done to their pistols and reduced the trigger pull weight via mostly improved geometry in the sear and striker. The targeted spec for the M2.0 trigger pull is 5.5 pounds, and most pistols we've tested have been within a quarter pound of that. The brakes seem crisper as well. The trigger bow is the same curved plastic model with a hinge in the middle. More than the trigger pull weight, what a lot of people didn't like about the trigger pull on the original M&P was the lack of a discernible reset. You couldn't hear or feel the click as you let the trigger out. As far as we're concerned for a defensive duty pistol, if you can feel the reset, you're not shooting fast enough. Still, S&W engineers addressed the problem, and the triggers on the M&P 2.0s have a very positive reset. The steel chassis inside the polymer frame of the M2.0 is longer, providing a more rigid lockup between the slide and barrel, theoretically increasing both reliability and accuracy. The beaver tail at the back of the frame has been pretty much eliminated. The scalloped serrations at the rear of the slide haven't changed, but with the 2.0, you'll see S&W has added some serrations at the front of the slide. They've only been added to the wide part of the slide where it meets the frame. Back it up. Finally, there's the matter of the extra back straps. Apparently, a lot of customers found the medium backstrap on the M&P a bit too small, but the large was way too big. The M&P M2.0 comes supplied with not 3, but 4 backstraps: small, medium, medium-large, and large. The big news here is the medium-large, which has the same girth as the medium, but adds a curve at the top to provide more material under the web of the shooter's hand to increase reach to the trigger. The distance to the trigger with the medium-large backstrap installed is still a bit less than what you'll find with a Glock. The internal steel chassis inside the polymer frame is much longer on the M2.0 than the original M&P. S&W calls it an embedded rigid stainless steel chassis, and it too has an armornite coating. On the original, the chassis didn't extend much past the front of the trigger guard, but the steel in the frame goes most of the way, out to the end of the frame on the new model, ensuring that there won't be any flex if you hang a big light on the frame's tactical rail. You'll notice none of the upgrades in the M2.0 were done to improve reliability, because none were needed. We think that says it all. The longer-barreled guns are only 2 ounces heavier than the standard M&P, while offering a longer sight radius, making them a little easier to shoot. If you're in uniform, that extra 3/4 of an inch barrel length will go completely unnoticed, as will those extra 2 ounces. Most recently, the company has introduced 2 compact versions of the M&P. Both have 15-round capacities in 9mm and 13 rounds in 40 S&W. One sports a 4-inch barrel and the other a 3.6-inch barrel. They offer the shield, the 4-inch compact, and the full-sized guns chambered in 45 ACP. So whether you're a fan of the 9mm, 40 S&W, or 45 ACP, there should be an M&P for you. You can get M&Ps with different sights, flat dark earth finishes, manual thumb safeties or no safety, integrated crimson trace lasers, and in a carry and range kit complete with 2 magazines, holster, and double magazine pouch. Not including the semi-custom models coming out of S&W's Performance Center, there are currently 78 different M&Ps listed on the S&W website. No matter what configuration M&P you're looking for, Smith & Wesson should have it. In comes Smith & Wesson M&P 5.7. In an effort to enhance the performance of the increasingly popular 5.7 by 28mm round in a polymer handgun platform, Smith & Wesson set out to deliver a new and innovative design that will offer a more reliable, accurate, and consistent shooting experience. Designed within the M&P 5.7 is Smith & Wesson's new gas-operated, locked breech, rotating tempo barrel system. Developed to harness the speed of the round, this new 5-inch barrel allows for a quicker extraction once the bullet passes the gas port, creating a more secured fire form effect. This key feature allows for increased precision following the first trigger pull, and works to utilize the ballistic advantages of the 5.7 by 28mm round. Developed to harness the speed of the round, this new 5-inch barrel allows for a quicker extraction once the bullet passes the gas port, creating a more secured fire form effect. This key feature allows for increased precision following the first trigger pull and works to utilize the ballistic advantages of the 5.7 by 28mm round. The M&P 5.7 is an exciting new pistol from Smith & Wesson that incorporates a gas-operated tempo barrel system to effectively harness the 5.7 by 28mm round. The MSRP for Smith & Wesson M&P 5.7 is $699. That's all for this video, folks. See you another time.